Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss the question answers of the exercise of chapter 1 and 2 12th class geography textbook fundamentals of human geography. First question is MCQ. Which one of the following statement does not describe geography? An integrative discipline? Yes, it describes geography. Study of interrelationship between humans and environment? Yes, it also describes geography. Third one is subjected to dualism. Yes, geography is also a subject of dualism because we are always think about whether we should study geography regionally or systematically. Okay, or there are many types of dualism, determinism or possibilism. So there are a confusion or dispute of the approach of the study. So this is also true. Option D, not relevant in the present time due to the development of technology. Yes, this is the wrong answer. Actually it is relevant in the present time. Then next question, which one of the following which one of the following is not a source of geographical information? Traveler's account? Yes, it is a source. Old maps? Yes, it is also a source. Samples of rock material from the moon? Okay. And ancient epics is also a source. So the answer is C. Sample of rock material from the moon is not a geographical information. It gives you a geological information. Geographical information it will not give you. Then third question, which one of the following is the most important factor in the interaction between people and environment? The answer is technology. We have discussed in the chapter technology. Human interact with the environment through his technology. Question number 4. Which one of the following is not an approach in human geography? Areal differentiation, it is an approach. Then spatial organization, it is also an approach. Quantitative revolution, this is not an approach, this is a revolution. Okay, and exploration and description, this is also an approach. Then answer is C. The next question, answer the following question in 30 words. Define human geography. Very simple question we discussed in the chapter. Human geography is the study of relationship between the human between the physical environment and humans socio-cultural environment. Socio-cultural environment is the environment which is made by human using technology. How the man uses the natural environment with the help of technology. Okay, so for more details we can come here. It is well given in the book. Yes, these are the definitions of human geography. EC sample. Human geography is a study of the changing relationship between unresting man and unstable earth. We discussed this. Then human geography offers new conception and interrelationship between earth and human beings. Conception resulting from the material synthetic knowledge of physical laws governing our earth and the relations between the living beings which inhabit it. So you can describe these definitions in very simple words which I had told you in the previous videos. It is the relationship between the physical environment and the socio-cultural environment of human being. Now come to the question answer. Name some subfields of human geography. So you can see here subfields of human geography. Yes, social geography, urban geography, political geography, population geography, settlement geography, economic geography. So these are the subfields of human geography. Okay, now come to the next question. How is human geography related to the other social sciences? So actually geography is related with the other social sciences in a very deep way. See here, when we study social geography we study society which is the subject matter of sociology. In social geography we also study the perception of people, that is psychology. We have branch of economic geography. economic geography. That is the part of economics, resource economics, agricultural sciences, industrial economics. So we can say that geography is related with many other social sciences. See here, political geography is related with the political science and military science. Population science geography is related with the demography. So in this way we can say that it is well related with the other social sciences. Now next question, explain naturalization of humans. This is the very simple question. I told you in previous videos, naturalization of human means when nature try to make humans their slave as a passive agent, when human works as a passive agent, which is called as determinism. So this is nothing but the theory of determinism. Next question is, write a note on scope of human geography. Whenever the scope of any subject is asked, it means then what we study in that subject. Okay, for example, here is asked human geography scope. It will be the various branches of the human geography. We study economics, like economic geography, population geography, political geography. So what we do in that, in economic geography we study the economic aspect, economic relation of the man with the environment. In political geography we study the political relationship with the space, with the area. So in this way this is the scope. So in this you can write the various branches and their definition and the area what we study in this subject. So this is now this chapter's question answers. I have given the hint to you, you can do it. Now next we will discuss second chapter's question answer. See, choose the right answer from the four alternatives. Which one of the following continent has the highest growth of population? As we all know, this is Africa. Next, which one of the following is not an area of sparse population? You know, sparse population means less population. Okay, less population, very meager population. So equatorial region has too hot, so very less population lives. Polar regions they are also too hot, too cold, so very less population are residing there. Atacama is a desert. So there is also a less population. Southeast Asia is not a desert. It is a very fertile area. The rivers, valleys are there. So this is not a area of less population, but it is the area of more population. So we can say that this is not an area of sparse population. Answer is B. Third question, which one of the following is not a push factor? What is a push factor? Push factor means the factor which compel the person to leave a area. So that will be when people leave any area, water shortage hoga to people leave that area. Unemployment also lead to people movement from the area. Epidemics is also lead to the people's movement from that area. Yes, medical and education facilities, if it is good, then people will not go. It means this is not a push factor. This is a pull factor. Answer is medical and education facilities. Then question number 4. Which one of the following is not a fact? Which one of the following is not a fact? Answer is D. Answer is D. Population growth is high in the first stage of demographic transition. Yes, population growth is not high. Population growth is stable. Actually, there is also one more doubt in this question. Answer C can also be right. Yes. So now yes. So option C is also not true. It did not take 100 years for population to rise from 5 billion to 6 billion. So both the answers C and D are correct in this question. Now second question, answer the following question about in 30 words. Name the 3 geographical factors that influence the distribution of population. So it is very easy question. You can take any of the geographical factors which influence distribution. Climate can be there, water availability can be there, soil can be there, or industrial area, agricultural area. So that can be the answer. You can write four lines on each three, and that will be the answer. There are number of areas with high population density in the world. Why does this happen? This question says that why are there are many areas in the world which have high population density in the world. So same answer is there. Maybe the climate is good, maybe the soil is good, maybe their areas are industrial areas, or the life of people are easy. So people that's why people reside in that area. So it means that there may be fertile land, soil is very good, there may be water availability is good, industrial area may be there. So this is the answer. Then what are the three components of population change? How population change? We all know three factors. First one is birth rate, second one is death rate, and third one is migration. So these are the three factors of change in population. Next is distinguish between birth rate and death rate. Birth rate and death rate, very easy question it is. Birth rate means when we talk about the crude birth rate and crude death rate. Crude birth rate is number of live births per thousand in a year is called crude birth rate. Formula is, what is the formula? Number of live births divided by mid-year population into 1000. That is the formula of birth rate. So as a death rate means number of deaths in a year per 1000. So that is also death rate. So similarly the formula is number of deaths mid-year population into 1000 in a specific period of time. Push factor and pull factors. We discuss in our video in detail push factors and pull factors. Push factors are the factors which compel people to leave the area. It means the lack of resource. Then pull factors are the factors which attract people towards an area. So push factors are bad, or we can say the less educational facilities, poor health facilities, water shortage, violence, political instability. So these are the pull factors. These are the push factors which push people. And pull factor will be good educational facilities, good health facilities, and availability of water, favorable climate. So these will be the pull factors. Now question number 4, discuss the factors influencing the distribution and density of population in the world. So this is the same question which we have studied in second question. What were the factors which influence the distribution and density of population in the world? First one is climate. If climate is good, people want to live in that area. Landforms, plain area has more population, plateau and mountain has less population. Soil, if soil will be good, people will be more in that area, so that they can live on the agricultural practices. Then economic factors, industrialization, industries are there, people will be there, and employment, urbanization, these are the economic factors. Then socio-cultural factors. Socio-cultural factors includes cultural factors like religious places has more population, and urbanization also come in this. So these are the factors which are influencing distribution of population. Discuss the 3 stages of demographic transition. We have made one full video on demographic transition. So 3 stages we can define easily. First stage, where both birth and death rates are more, population growth is not more or less it is stable. So this is the first stage. Second stage is when population increase rapidly. In this birth rate declines, but not as much as death rate declines. So the consecutive result of change in population is more. And third stage is when both the birth rate and death rates are constant and less. So which result into the less increase, or we can say stable population growth. So this is the, now it is done. Now map skills. You can see the atlas and fill the map. Countries of Europe, Asia with negative growth rate of population. You can easily plot these maps in plot these places in the maps. African countries with growth rate of population more than 3%. So you can refer to the appendix 1. So now this is chapter 1 and 2 is over. We will see you in the next video on chapter 3. Thank you so much. Goodbye.